Hey YouTube, so we've got my bare naked face and today I'm going to do a get ready with me tutorial on how to do a really fresh spring face but using Radiant Orchid on the cheeks. And to start off my skin, I'm going to use the L'Oreal's True Match Lumi. Mine's in the shade W12 Porcelain and Light Ivory. And I'm going to take it on the Marc Jacobs The Face 2 brush. This is a really great foundation for spring and summertime. If you really like that dewy luminous complexion, then this is definitely going to be, you know, one that you're going to enjoy. But I don't have oily skin, so I don't actually know how you know, if you've got oily skin, how much you're going to like it. But for dry to normal skin, holy smokes. And I imagine actually that if you have oily skin, you could just make sure that you put the foundation on and then like use like the Rimmel Stay Matte powder like in your T-zone or wherever it is you get oily. And I think that that would actually work really well. Look at my on the spot thinking. So you can see that it gives a really nice dewy complexion. It really evens out the skin tone. I'd say it's a light to medium coverage, but because I want my skin to just look really fresh, I'm only going to do one layer of it. One layer. That sounds so not fresh. The next thing I'm going to do is take the Maybelline, I believe it's like the Dream Lumi, their concealer with the brush tip applicator. You can see I've used so much of it and I've like worn the name off. Because it's a really good concealer. I really enjoyed it. And then I'm going to take my fingers because I don't think that there's any like better thing you can do than use concealer like under eye, like with your fingers. You know, you have so much control. I don't want to be causing wrinkles unnecessarily. My kids already do that. The nice thing about this concealer is, as long as you set it, I haven't noticed any creasing, but it's also like, it's thick enough to use to like, if you have darker under eye circles, I feel like it would help pretty good. Or you could use it on blemishes, or you could use it to highlight. Like, it's a really multi-purpose one. And you know, it's from the drugstore, so it's inexpensive. You can see, look at the difference. My face looks just so much more awake now. Okay, and to set everything, I'm going to take my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder. I'm going to use Dim Light, and I'm going to take a fluffy Real Techniques brush. It is their powder brush. I'm just going to kind of go all over the face. Not too worried about the under eye area just yet. Okay, and then I'm going to take this Real Techniques, the Duo Fiber contour brush, and I'm going to use that to set my under eyes. These limited edition brushes, I know that a lot, I've heard that, you know, people aren't really liking them. I actually like them a lot because when I put on makeup, my preference is to like build makeup up rather than like be able to just like put a ton of product on at once and then like be done. And this really helps that. Like, it really just, it lightly has product, and then it just, you know, you can build it up though, so that's the nice thing about it. And then I'm gonna prime my eyes with the L'Oreal's Magic Decrease Eye Primer. This reminds me a lot of Primer Potion by Urban Decay. But I was like looking at it, and because it's so much less, it costs less, but ultimately it really doesn't, you know, it just depends if you want to like spend the money all at once or like have to keep buying like a smaller one as far as like actual price difference. But yeah, I really do like it, and it really does help with like creasing, which is good for the palette that I'm using today. Okay. So, I got it. The It Cosmetics Naturally Pretty palette. I've been using it a lot this week, so I will try and get a review on it next week. It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna start with a Real Techniques shading brush. It's like my favorite eyeshadow brush. And I'm gonna take the shade Warmth. But I'm showing you right. I'm not. There we go. And I'm gonna put it all over my lid. What we really want to do is, because the focus is really gonna be on the skin and keeping the skin look really fresh, we're gonna do a very, very neutral eye look. And I'm just gonna bring it all the way up, like to the lower part of my brow bone. And then just to give it a little bit more depth, I'm going to take Soulful, which is this shade right next to Warmth. And I'm going to just use that same brush and just put a little bit of it in the crease. And then just blend it out. This brush is fluffy enough that you can kind of blend with it as well. I'm going to take a little bit just above the brow bone because my eyes are partially hooded. So like when I look like forward, you can still see like some of that color. And then I'm going to just, whatever's left on the brush, just run it underneath my eyes. Alright, and that's really simple eyeshadow look, but like I said, we're focusing on the face. So we don't want to have too much going on everywhere. I'm going to take the Stila Stay All Day Smudge Stick, it's an angelfish, and I'm going to put it in my waterline. This is one of the best nude colors I've found to put in the waterline. It looks really gorgeous, it stays all stinking day like it says. And it just really opens up the eyes, makes you look so much more, like you can see the difference, like this one compared, this one has it, this one doesn't. It's incredible. And then I'm going to take the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in Desperation. And I'm just going to very, very like lightly tightline the top lashes. Or in between them, I guess. Oof. Oopsie daisies. And I made a mistake fixed. Okay, I'm going to take Maybelline's The Stiletto Liquid Eyeliner, and I'm just going to run it along my top lashes, as you do with eyeliner. Okay. And then to finish off the eyes, I am using Makeup Forever Smoky Extravagant Mascara, which if you've seen my last couple of videos, my monthly favorites or my haul, you've learned that this is my new holy grail mascara. I will link those videos below where I talk about some really great products. Alright, now that our eyes are completely finished, I'm going to take Sephora's with Pantone Universe, their Rush Luster Cheek Sweep. And what it is a Radiant Orchid palette where it's got the Radiant Orchid blush, it's got a highlighter called Spanish Vanilla, and then another one called Bridal Rose. And I recommend taking a brush that is very fluffy or either doesn't pick up a lot of product right away, like the Duo Fiber Face Brush from Real Techniques, or even their big blush brush, because this blush is so pigmented and can be a little bit hard to work with to like really like get an even distribution of product. What I like to do is just kind of pat it onto my face. Get the other side. You can see gorgeous, gorgeous color. It's, oh, like just look at it in the pan. I have a lot of pigmentation to my cheeks. So if you have less, then it's probably gonna look closer to what the pan is. But because I have so much redness, it, you know, always cancels that junk out. And then I'm going to take the same brush that I used to apply the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder under my eyes to set it. I'm gonna take Spanish Vanilla and just highlight along the top of my cheekbone. And on the tip of my nose, Cupid's bow, a little bit on my chin, and then just a little bit, just dabbing it lightly. And then what you're gonna wanna do is take your foundation brush and just kind of press. You know, don't add any extra product. We don't want to look too shiny, but we do want to look very luminous. But because we already used the L'Oreal True Match Lumi, we've got such a glow with that we don't want to look like we're caking on product. We want to look like it's just, that's just how we are. We woke up looking like this with purple cheeks. And then I'm also going to contour, and I'm just using this bad boy for everything today. And I'm going to use the Body Shop bronzer. Oof, I can open it. I have mine in the shade 02 Fair Matte. And for pale girls like myself, this is a really great bronzer. I'm not going to contour too harshly, just enough to give my round face a little bit of definition. And I'm really just going to focus on the cheeks and just a little bit along the jawline. Last thing we're gonna do is our lips, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take Urban Decay's Revolutionary Lipstick in Naked. I recommend just taking one of your favorite neutral colors. This one is one of mine, and apparently it's one of my son's too, because he got a hold of it. And I'm not going to apply a ton of product, just enough to have a nice base for your lips. So I recommend this lipstick because, or this branch, because it's super creamy. It's really great lipsticks. Okay, and then to add just a little bit more Radiant Orchid to the face, we're focusing on a really fresh complexion. We've got the Radiant Orchid on our cheeks, but I'm gonna take Buxom's Full On Lip Cream in Lavender Cosmo. It's gonna add just a little bit of something extra without you looking like you're completely, you know, overdone with the Radiant Orchid. Like me, like I've got Radiant Orchid nails, the cheeks, the lips, you know, I would change my top, like I am all over this color. That sound. The reason we applied a nude lipstick was so that it would really not make the Radiant Orchid show too much. But still give it a little bit of something to your lips. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot my eyebrows. It's a good thing I looked in that viewfinder. I used to like absolutely never do my eyebrows because I had a friend in, oh no, I'm almost out of this. I had a friend in, like, throughout middle and high school who would tell me that I really needed to, like, pluck my eyebrows because they were so, like, too bushy, which was, you know, back when I was in high school, that was, like, kind of what you did, which I say back when I was in high school, but that was seriously, like, 6 years ago. So But like, you know, now that bushy eyebrows are a thing, I'm like, ha, ha. Because I did pluck my eyebrows once, and it just didn't, it doesn't look right on my face at all. Let's brush those bad boys out. Alright, here is the makeup look up close. So if you guys liked this little tutorial, get ready with me, I would love for you to like and subscribe. I do film about 2 to 3 days a week, and tomorrow I actually have plans out how to do Radiant Orchid on the lips. Not this subdued version we did. It'll be much more prominent and bold, and look at me, I'm radiant. So until then, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.